If it's 6:30, if we're going, I don't see anything on the TV. There we go. Never mind. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Masha Vu, and welcome to Rose City Gumbo. I'm your host today, like I am every second Saturday of every month, and we have a brand new show today for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Today's show is going to be great. I have entrepreneur Randi Stewart in the house, who's going to talk about 526 Beauty, her modeling career, being a mom, juggling all of that and what's to come for her, as well as Chrysanthius Lathan, who wears many hats in the community, but we're going to have her on the show today with her green thumb talking about spring and getting us some planting tips and tricks. First of all, let me go ahead and get into our community bulletin that I do all the time and let you know what's going on in the city. Actually going on right now and tomorrow, tomorrow from 3 to 10 p.m., we have Swiggle Mandela and the La Familia presents Building Portland, Amsterdam, and they're putting on an all-ages show with artists such as Slugga Family, Too Easy, Timmy Hendrix, and more. That is located at 400 Southeast 12th. Also, we have Calculated Conversation is celebrating their one-year anniversary at Mingle Lounge Friday, April 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. They air, Calculated Conversation, airs every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on KBOO 90.7 FM or kboo.fm. What else? We have the Urban League of Portland presents Happy Hour at Carlita's with the Urban League Young Professionals. This is going to be Thursday, April 25th at 5:30 p.m. with the Young Professionals, with the Urban League Young Professionals. I myself have participated in their happy hour events before. If you're totally into networking and getting your businesses out there with other young professionals like yourself, this is a great opportunity for that. More information on that is located on the Urban League Young Professionals Facebook page, And then also we have Sharissa Tyree, who unfortunately was supposed to be a guest on today's show today, but could not make it. If you follow on her social media, you know that she recently hurt herself, but she is recovering and will be here in the future. But in the meantime, you can see her, if you like, at Boston Up at Bossa Nova Ballroom, which is going to be this Thursday, April 18th. The headliner this Thursday is going to be R.C. Spitta. I went last month. The headliner was Mighty. It was a wonderful show. That's Boston Up at Bossa Nova Ballroom. Just a few more here. If you are a mother, have a mother in your life or a mother figure that you would like to honor, the St. John's All Nations COGIC presents the Pearls of Motherhood Gala Saturday, May 11th, and that is at the Monarch Hotel. And so for more information, you can contact, actually for more information, you log on to the Rose City Gumbo Facebook page, and I will post their information there and their contact information to just show love to the mothers that's in your life, because Mother's Day is next month. And then we got two more things going on. Everything Solid and Juma Black presents the first annual Hip Hop Dance Battle, which is an all-ages event. For more information on that, Juma Black on Facebook or Instagram. And last but not least, Tahira Memory is having her album release party. Album is entitled Asha. That will be at Jack London Review on May 3rd and will be featuring DJ OG1. All right, well, those are your community bulletins for the day. Let's go ahead and get into today's show. My first guest is Miss Randi Stewart, who is the face of 526 Beauty and the CEO. She launched her product. I don't know where her card went. There it is. So she launched her product, I believe, a year ago, maybe almost a year ago. I think next month it will be a year, but she'll clarify all of that for us, of course. And her beauty product has been featured with use from big names such as Trina Braxton, which is Toni Braxton's sister, Melissa Renee, which is Floyd Mayweather's ex-boo thing, reality star Tammy Roman, and Issa Rae, just to name a few. Check out 526.
526 is not just a cosmetic product. It's a lifestyle that follows the glow up. 526 is not just a cosmetic product. It's a lifestyle.
All right, you guys. 526, everybody, welcome Randi Stewart to the show. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're so
I
welcome.
absolutely love your video featuring 526. Why don't you just, first of all, I was messing up trying to introduce you. So 526 will be a year old on 526 this year, correct?
My father's birthday.
Okay, so why don't you tell us the backstory behind the whole 526 name and the beauty launch?
Well, a lot of people probably do know because I always post it on my social media that my father passed away almost 2 years ago now. And his birthday is May 26th, so that's where I got 526 from. I was inspired to start 526 because during that time, losing a close parent, a lot of people, they fall into a dark place. And so before my father passed away, I was already thinking about launching a business because I've been an entrepreneur for years now, and I didn't know what I wanted to get into. But people always ask me all the time, like, why was it cosmetics? And I always say,
I was going to ask
like,
why cosmetics.
to be honest with you, I feel like it was just something that God placed on my heart, and I ran with it, and it's doing amazing. Like I tell everyone, I've been an entrepreneur for years, and the love and support that I've been getting with this 526.
I mean, it hasn't even been a whole year, and you're getting big names like Tammy Roman and Toni Braxton's sister wearing it already, which is amazing. I've seen it on your Instagram being featured. I see lots of me, for instance, who's wearing Ronnie Red right now, who supports you, lots of people around the town, lots of friends all over the country. And so 526 is definitely blown up in a fast amount of time. How does that make you feel?
It feels amazing, especially being an entrepreneur, you know, for years. And, you know, as an entrepreneur, of course, whatever it is that you are putting out there to the world, you want, I mean, your ultimate goal is to blow up, you know, and you can't force people to support you. So with people spending their hard-earned money and, you know, believing in my product, it feels great. And I'm very thankful, and it's a blessing. It feels really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just take a peek at the products that you have to offer here thus far. Like I said before, I'm wearing Ronnie Red in the gloss, which is also available in matte, right? So are all of your lip colors gloss and matte?
Not all of them, but majority of them, they are.
Okay, so why don't you give us a little quick run through of your colors and what the formula is you have?
Yeah, so I have a nude. You know, you always have to have an amazing nude, which is called birthday suit.
I wonder why.
Right. So birthday suit comes in gloss and matte.
Okay.
I have Kiss Me, which is orange, and that also comes in gloss and matte. The Ronnie Red that you're wearing comes in gloss and matte. Nina Poo, it's a pink, like a Barbie pink, comes in gloss and matte.
Color. Pink is my red and pink. Those are like my go-to, my go-tos.
Yeah, and you can put on whatever with it, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Yep. My latest one that I dropped is called Nanny K. It's a purple matte, and it's amazing. So that does not come in a gloss, but I'm working on it.
Just
so,
yet. It's
yes.
coming.
And then this is Fortune. It's like a galaxy type of color. It only comes in matte, but I'm working on the gloss.
Right, right.
This is J. Marie, and then It also comes as like a plummy type color, and it comes in gloss and matte. And then I also have a vitamin E stick, and that ran out of that, sold out a million
That's just
times.
for like moisturizing, like basically a chapstick. 526
Absolutely.
chapstick, basically.
And some people, they like their matte to be like chalky, like where it doesn't go anywhere. But some people like the matte look, but then they still like that
Some
little bit of moisture.
moisture.
Right. So I would recommend that you lay the foundation be the vitamin E stick. Or you have women like vitamin E stick. I hear a lot of gym girls, that goes to the gym all the time. Sometimes, you're sweating, so you don't want the whole gloss and lipstick and all that. So
I
it's just a
definitely
good,
have to put something on before
it's kind of like a Carmex.
Yeah, before I work out, because otherwise everything's wet but my lips, and it
Right.
just looks kind of gross.
Yep. And then I have a lip gloss, just clear lip gloss. Some people don't like the whole color.
Now, is
lips.
the gloss tacky? Is it is it a thinner gloss or a more thicker?
I would say it's in the middle.
Okay.
It's not like
It's not like the matte glass, super thick.
Yeah, because I don't like the whole where it gives you the white stuff, or like when you like that, it has the gummy. Yeah, no, it's like perfect.
Nice.
I also have a blue, which is called 4 a.m. That's a matte. That does not come.
Now, that's a matte lipstick. And
lipstick.
Are these considered lipsticks too?
This is more of a
Matte lip.
No, matte. It's more like I would say like a paint.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a liquid
Okay.
matte.
Gotcha.
And then this is called 723. This is a matte. It's more, I would say, more like a plummy. That's what I'm wearing on my lips today.
Oh,
So,
very pretty.
Yeah, so it's like a orangey, I would say nude, you would say. And then I also have a few lip pencils that go along with
the color.
Yeah, so like the red for Ronnie Red. I have a brown that matches very well with the nude.
Or it could go with that galaxy, I would think, maybe.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. So you started off 526 with the lip line. What else do you plan on adding to the collection?
I have jumbo lip balms for the kiddos.
Ooh,
So
fun.
yeah, they're super fun, and they're
Are they
they're great.
flavored?
They are. So they're really
course.
cool. I have a lot of kiddos that love those. Even adults, they order them too. And then also, my big reveal is that Father's Day, I'm coming out with men stuff.
Nice.
And so I can't tell you guys exactly the products, but fellas, I have something coming for you guys.
Awesome. Okay, fellas, well, make sure you guys look out. Let's see. 526, I guess, is when
For
it's going,
him.
for him is going to be dropping on 526.
No, Father's Day. I
Oh,
think
Father's
that is
Day. That's
June-
July.
Is it July or
June.
22nd or something? I don't know. That's the first thing that comes into my mind.
We'll know when it
so.
comes, guys.
Father's
Don't worry.
Day. It's coming. Yeah.
Okay, so this is your baby now. Before you started 526, your entrepreneurship was modeling. Let's talk about how you started in your modeling career and how it's shifted over the years.
I would say, well, I started modeling when I was 6 years old, and then, I'm a kid then, so you go to school and all that good stuff. And then I picked it back up and, like, really wanted to do it, start modeling at the age of 19. Coming into the game, I wanted to build my name, so, of course, you do a lot of fashion shows, local music videos. And then once I would say I started at 19, once I started learning more about the game and started to educate myself and seeing the girls selling themselves out, that would kind of steer me away
from it.
And then they also, a lot of women in the game, they made it hard for women like myself that I really looked at it as a career.
Yes.
And women, they were willing to do whatever and put it all on the line for no pay.
Yes.
And when you do that, it's like, why would they want to pay me when they have the
They can
girl
do
over here that
everything
she's
else.
just as pretty and she's willing to bust it wide open.
Right.
So that's why I was kind of like,
Yes.
And then my other goal, I wanted to start red carpet interviewing. And so people would always say, well, you got to have experience. Well,
How am
where
I
do
going
you
to
get
get experience?
Right. So I was like, I really want to do red carpet interviewing. What can I do? What can I do?
Girl, me, you can collab and do some stuff. I
that's
got
what I'm
you,
talking
girl.
about.
I got
Yes,
you.
let's do
It
it.
takes one to. We got to uplift each other in our
absolutely.
aspirations in life. So
Yes,
if that's,
that's
it,
right.
I will definitely get you in on some stuff because I'm definitely not there yet and trying to get my own foot
Right.
in the door and do things. But I will definitely, now that I know that's something you want to do, hell yeah, excuse me, heck yeah, girl, I got you.
Right.
Okay, so, and I just want to go back a little bit talking about the game and everything. So I met you on set of a video when I thought that I was a video model myself way back in the day.
Hey, you gotta start
we ain't gonna
somewhere.
talk about that, not this show, okay? But so I totally know what you're talking about the game and the guys, you know, trying to get as much as they can out of you without even trying to pay you for your time. Like, they don't understand. We're there on set for hours.
All day long.
In, if not 1 day, 2 days, 3 days.
Yes.
So I totally get how it can, one, burn you out and then kind of turn you away from that type of career.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, do you plan on having any kind of modeling adventures in the future?
I do plan to get back involved in modeling because I absolutely love being in front of the camera. I feel
Well, you
like,
look so beautiful in front of it.
Thank you. I absolutely love being in front of the camera, but I think this time I will want to go down the sports lane.
Sports in women is really big right
Yeah,
now.
oh yeah, and the healthy movement is killing it.
Super
So
huge.
That's what I think
Super
that
huge.
I really
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, real quick break, and we're going to get back and we're going to show a quick video of you and one of your first little modeling video deals. So this is the throwback for real, you guys. This song is called Punchin' by Portland's own Mighty. Take a quick peek of that.
Shorty don't need a ride home, bro. She decided she riding dolo. I won't lie, her and I kick it like a dojo. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, my mojo, jibber jabbit, you bozos. I'm so fresh. Cause yes, my uncles told me keep them on their toes. So no dodo, no, that's a no-go. I only go where the dogo. No cashola, I'm a mash on her like a NASCAR owner when they get all in the zone, bro. I'm smashing like every night. Practice makes perfect, right? I can tell by the way that they're giving me the eye that my kicks are punching just right. Cause you get it poppin' and he get it crackin', but I get it punching, yeah, I get it punching, I get it punching, I get it punching, I get it punching, cause my whip is punching, my kicks is punching, my fit is punching. If you get it punching, let me hear you say, I get it punching, I get it punching, I get it punching, cause my whip is punching, my kicks is punching, my fit is punching. If you get it punching, let me hear you say, I get it punching, I get it punching, I get it punching, cause my whip is punching, my kicks is punching, my fit is
Okay, so that was Punchin' by Mighty. As you can see, that was a throwback because Mighty don't even look the same in that video. Neither do you, girl.
I know, right?
We were just talking about going back and looking at our stuff and how we were like, oh my God, please don't. Okay, so so from your modeling career to 526 Beauty, you are now also a mom of little Carter, who's such a cute little boy.
Thank you.
So tell us how it is juggling mom life and being an entrepreneur and a wife.
Oh gosh, everything, right?
That too.
I would say a lot of people always say, like, you know, being a parent is so hard. It's so hard. I don't know if it's because I waited so long to become a mom.
Girl, you were smart. So long. You're still very young, so
yeah,
it's good timing.
I appreciate it now that I think about it, of, you know, waiting. But I love it, and I don't feel that it's hard at all. And I think it has a lot to do with having a very supportive family. And then his dad is very supportive, so he just adds to the mix of things. And, you know, it motivates me so much looking at, you know, someone that, you know, I'm a role model to,
Right.
you know, so it's great. I love it. I wouldn't trade him for nothing.
Have you ever thought about putting your son into kids modeling? Since that's how you
Everybody
started?
always tell me that, and I think I will soon.
You think so?
So yeah, just throw it out there and see. I mean,
Just to see
I
what
think
happens.
he loves the camera, so he loves
yeah,
the camera.
he's a
and,
cutie.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Yeah, he's a lot.
Awesome. So I want to talk about you and community a little bit. So we and you are Facebook friends, of course, and I see you post a lot about how you wish the community would come together more, especially like brands, like minded individuals, entrepreneurs alike, and things of that nature. And so you have posted something. I lost the phone, but you had posted something a couple days ago about having like a trap building per se, quote unquote, basically where you know, there's multiple people who have makeup lines in the city, or lashes, or hair extensions, or clothing lines, and the thought that you had of everybody like putting their money together. And this is not the first time that I've heard of this concept by a young black entrepreneur like yourself and others. And so just give me a little bit of your mindset on that, and what it is, like your ultimate, what do you want the city of Portland to see in the city of Portland?
Well, I always see a lot of different races coming together, and I feel that that's one thing that the African American community that we lack, of coming together, and I feel like we can grow. And I've always been a believer of teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
You know, and the more that is added to the pot and we can cross promote, you know, it only takes one person to open up that gate, and once that gate is open, we all get through the gate.
Right.
You know, but it all depends on the mindset of individuals. You know, like I was saying in the post that you are referring to, I was basically saying that it would be really cool if, I mean, there's so many people in the Portland community that has lashes, that has hair, that has just all types of different lines.
Services.
Absolutely.
Will come and clean your gutters, move your trash.
Yeah.
There's daycare providers.
That's what I'm
there's,
saying.
There's so much that entrepreneurship that we have in the city. And me personally, I love and try to support them all. I mean, the food carts, like the liquor brands, like it's on, it goes on and on and on. And so,
Absolutely.
To support them, I think it's an individual wanting to
Absolutely.
support each other, but then also I think they need to realize the need of supporting of each other and how much beneficial that can be for each other.
I think so too. Like I said, if the brands, just like for example, you said food carts. Think about if the different food carts got together and like whatever they're popular for in the community, that was like, you know, what they sold, and we created a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, the different cosmetic beauty lines that we have in Portland. And
because I still go to Mid-K. I still go buy my stuff from the other people, but
we can create our own Mid-K.
I also support those when I can and as much as I can.
Absolutely.
So I'm totally into. We need a trap building. That would be dope.
I think it will be super tight. Like it will be really cool. And due to our, you know, community and Portland being so small, I think that we could kill it all together.
I mean, that's just like what the swap meet used to be back in the day. It used to be a bunch of different smaller collectives coming together and being able to sell their stuff under one roof.
Even if it's all piece and people fail to realize, like, I own property, and people think to own property that you have to have so much money and you have to do this. It's so many.
Now your credit might need to be good.
That's right. That's right.
Your credit might need to be good, but
right.
you don't have to have. You have to have some money, but it's not all
Right.
about
I mean, but
the
it only
money.
takes a little credit and a little money to put in the pot, and we could be buying, piecing together and getting apartment complexes.
Yes,
and
they're coming up everywhere.
And that's what I'm
we're
saying.
not
We
getting a
could be
piece of
doing
it.
it all together, but people do. I mean, it starts here though.
Yeah.
You know. So and it's so much out there that we all could be doing besides like makeup and stuff. I mean, to me, like, you know, this is like on the lower level of, you know, oh, let's start this type of clothing business. You know, I mean, everybody does that. But I'm saying to really get to the bag, we can be buying property and flipping property, and that's
having
the
our
bag.
own from the ground up. Girl, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about some stuff for sure. Okay, Randy, I hear you, girl. She over here preaching to y'all today. Y'all hear her out there, okay? If y'all want to tap in and support her and let her support you, you can find her on her social medias and 526 Beauty on social media as well. So let's talk about what's next for Miss Randi Stewart.
So like I told you guys, I started 526 with due to my father passing away. So those of you that don't know, my father passed away due to leukemia, cancer, and I would like to start speaking at conventions and giving back to cancer patients and making them feel, beautiful and encourage
very
them.
sweet.
Like 526 is way bigger than makeup.
Just the makeup.
Oh
yes.
yeah, so that's what I'm working on now, is starting to reach out to the Cancer Association, and I would like to, like I said, travel.
I
and
know
talk
2 people close to me right now that are going through chemo, and just the
tough.
way that it brings you down, and you don't feel good about yourself physically and just emotionally and spiritually. Like to have someone just make you feel beautiful.
Absolutely.
Can put so much, brighten up someone's day so much.
Well, that is exactly what I want to do.
Awesome.
So.
Anything else in the works?
And like working on my men's stuff, and
Which will be Father's Day, whenever we figure out what exactly that day is going to be.
I want to say June 22nd. Am I right?
I think it's like the 16th.
16th?
Because right
Somewhere
there
around
when
there.
school gets out. I think it's the 16th, somewhere around there. We'll figure it out, y'all.
Right.
Anyway, well, thank you, Randy. I'm glad that you could make it today. Thank you for being here on the show.
Absolutely.
526
Thanks for having
Beauty
me.
is on all social media platforms, www.526beauty.com. If you would like to go and check it out, that's where you can find it.
Yes, and I have a lot of deals right now, so please, and it's very affordable. All product is full coverage, ladies, so
Yes.
you don't want to miss out.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Randy, for being here. And up next, we are going to take a quick break and show the video where me and you first met, Government Name. So y'all get a little sneak peek into my modeling career that I had years ago. Anyway, and up next, after the video, we have Chrysanthius Lathan coming to the couch that is going to give us some spring potting tips and tricks so we can get our gardens going for the summer, y'all. We'll be right back.
Okay, did you want to move all this stuff? Or you guys?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And this one's for you, and you, and you. J. Chow, Black Government, Lava, Young Fly, let's go.
I never love him, I never love him. To me it's nothing, I treat him all the same. But when we touching, and when we loving, she got a request and I can't complain. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government
My pound
name.
game is right, plus her head game is nice. If she want it, I can give it anytime she want a flight. A trip out the Boston got her saying my name precise like L-A-V, that's right. Cause shorty know she bad, baby, I should call you double mint. Twins on your chest about to really cause some trouble in. Plus she got that bubble thick bottom and I'm cuffing it like I'm trying to pop that. You know what the fuck I meant. Shut up when I'm touching it, love it when I'm up in it. Sex so good, she wanna call me by my government. Yeah, my government, that's right, my first name. Let's get to know each other, trying to pick her brain. Born star, I was ready when my turn came. Flyers in my high school, I was on that perk plane. Shorty stay alert, your girl spot me like a shirt stain. Plus I know she heard I got that killer, Kurt Bane.
I never love him, I never love him. To me it's nothing, I treat him all the same. But when we touching, and when we loving, she got a request and I can't complain. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government
Hey yo, she sweet like
name.
a cookie. She chocolate and she got chips. And she treat me like milk when she want dip. It's the G.O.V. baby, yes we run the strip. She hopped in my whip and gave me much lip. Hey yo, she finer than the motherfucker. Homegirl look good too. I swear to God I wanna fuck her, but she want me eat the pussy like the Last Supper. So I told her RoboCop, then I handcuffed her. I said, don't you move, girl. Don't worry about a damn thing. It's gonna go smooth, girl. Then I penetrated like a point guard. I nicknamed her Brooklyn, cause she go hard. She got double D, just like a report card. I knocked it out the park. A-Rod. Hey yo, they screaming on my government. Take child, baby, and she loving it.
I never love him, I never love him. To me it's nothing, I treat him all the same. But when we touching, and when we loving, she got a request and I can't complain. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name. She like to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name.
Lamar when we sexin', fly when we textin'. Love, you can throw both of them gloves in my direction. Slide on my protection, then I hit that section. She calling my government like it's in collections. She got a bad body, it's perfection. I'm leading with my pole, I run her up, no election. She don't know I got that gov affection. Chuck Woolery said we got that love connection. So I let her call me young. I'm about to get her sprung. My name stay on the tongue. Love spill my name out when she's about to come. She likes to role play, so we play along. I can't get enough, I'ma stay long. It's game time when I slide off that gray thong. Now the neighbors know my name, like Trey Songz.
I never love them, I never love them. To me it's nothing, I treat them all the same. But when we touching and when we loving, she got a request and I can't complain. She likes to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name. She likes to call me by my government. I let her call me by my government name.
Oh my gosh, we are up in here cracking up at that video. Government name, that is right there, is a Portland classic. That video is 8 years old. As you can see, it has featured some of Portland's flyest of the fly, including me. Anyway, okay, welcome back to Rose City Gumbo. I am your host, Mashavu Hicks, and thank you for tuning in today. I now have my next guest on the couch, Ms. Chrysanthius Lathan, who is an instructional coach at Harriet Tubman Middle School. But that is not why she's here. She is here because she is a mother, a wife, and a part of my village, because she absolutely helped raise my daughter in school. Like, I've known her for a while. I absolutely adore this woman right here. But she is here today to as our gardening guru, and is going to give us some tips and tricks on potting for spring, because as you know, it's now spring, and we should be doing our gardening stuff during this time. So welcome, Chrysanthius Lathan, to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is it that you're going to show us how to do today?
So today, like, we see gardens in the ground and we see gardens in front of houses and in backyards, but not everybody has that type of space and not everybody has that type of time. And not everybody is physically able to dig and do all the things that, you know, are needed to have a huge garden. So today what we're going to show is how simple it is to have a productive and healthy and weed-free food garden right there on your patio, on your front porch, or wherever you can get a little piece of sun.
Nice. So how long have you been dabbling in the whole gardening thing?
My goodness, I think, when was that? I think it was about 2003 or 2004. I got a little side job while I was in college, in graduate school. I got an AmeriCorps, what do you call that? An AmeriCorps internship to be a garden manager at a community garden. And I only knew, like, scattering some seeds in the ground and, you know, weeding and little stuff like that from my mother, but I didn't know nothing about managing a community garden. So it was a great experience for me over that year. And what I did was I picked up tips and tricks from all of the different gardeners around me. And I grew a pretty healthy and successful garden, and I actually cut my food budget that year.
I was going to say, so not even like, does gardening give you healthy food to eat and things like that? I mean, like I said, in introducing you, you're a mother, you have other mouths to feed. I am a mother, I had a mouth to feed, still have other mouths to feed. And so just simple things that you can grow to eliminate from having to go out and buy, I'm sure is great to have on hand.
Absolutely. There was a time, somewhere within that time, where there was, I forgot whether it was an embargo or something on the Mexico border that had something to do with trade, and tomatoes was expensive.
Oh, I remember that.
It was like $3 a pound. Remember that?
I remember that.
But I didn't have to buy tomatoes.
Because you had them in your garden.
I didn't have to buy tomatoes from July to about November.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get into this gardening segment. I'm going to take my shoes off because I'm going to have to get on my hands and knees. And so, and as we're talking, we'll show some pictures from your garden that you have grown. in your own backyard. So right now you have a garden in your own backyard at home, or do you have pots? What does your garden look like?
Well, I have a garden in the front yard because I live in a house that, first of all, it's one of those long, skinny houses,
okay.
and so there's shade on either side. So I have a garden in the front yard, and the backyard is super shady, and so I save that for just hanging out. I don't really grow much in the back.
Okay, well, let's walk over.
Yeah.
Let's go see what we got going today. Okay, so if you guys tuned in earlier on my Facebook Live, I had a shopping list that you gave me to get. So I have the 16-inch pots, some start plants. I got some seeds too, just so you can we could talk about seeds versus start plants and things like that. Some gloves. These big old bags of...
And I bet they was expensive.
Okay, so let's talk about this stuff right here, okay? So this one is organic. Is there should we go organic? Does it matter? Should we go expensive? Should we go cheap? This is the potting soil.
So you can go whatever way you want to go.
What do you suggest? Like, is there a big difference between organic and more expensive versus $4.99 for the same size? Like, this bag was $13.99. There were some that weren't organic for same brand that were $10.99, and then some that were like $7.99. So which one should I start? I got $7.99, or did I do good with $13.99?
I think you should have got the $7.99.
I knew you were going to
Because
say
see,
that.
the thing is, like, sometimes, and with some, you can't trust all these companies.
Right.
And with the label organic, you truly don't know where your stuff is coming from unless you do it yourself.
Right.
So unless you are doing the composting,
And we'll talk about that.
and all the rest of that stuff, you don't know where that stuff is coming from. Like it says non-GMO. Well, we don't know if it's non-GMO because we didn't see it happen. So
Right. Okay.
Hey.
So, well, there goes a tip and trick right now. Save your money, folks.
Save your money.
And don't go expensive because it's not necessary. Okay, and then I got the mushroom compost. So let's just go ahead and get into what we're doing, whatever we're going to pot here. Okay?
All right. So first of all, you want to get a pot that's big enough. So this is about 16 inches or so. Okay, so
that's a 16-inch.
Yeah, this is perfect for a tomato plant of about this size. So this thing is going to grow taller than me.
Okay, so I was wondering why we got such a large pot with that big.
Yeah,
because it's going to get really large.
Yeah, because it's going to take off, and this is also a indeterminate variety, so it's going to vine up and up and up. So with this, you're going to eventually have to have either some tall bamboo stakes or
those little metal thingies.
Tomato cage. Otherwise, when the fruits grow, it's just going to topple over.
Gotcha.
But these are going to grow really tall, and this pot is a perfect size for the root system.
Okay.
And the same thing with this pepper plant. This little tiny thing is going to give you a lot of jalapenos. And so these are perfect
Muy
sizes for those.
caliente.
Muy caliente.
Okay, well, let's do it.
All right, so let's grab a bag of soil. You get one, I get one.
Okay. I only got one of them.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. And I had you get mushroom compost. It's just as good as the no, chicken manure is a little bit better, but chicken manure smells horrible.
Oh,
so
chicken manure?
Chicken
yeah,
manure.
we weren't doing that
We're not
today.
about to do all that. So.
Oh, yes, we have some gloves. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so as I was shopping as well, you told me to get starter plants versus getting seeds for this demonstration today. Is there a reason for that?
Starter plants is just easier. With the seeds and with this weather we've been having, you would have to start them inside. And I'm not sure why, but I'm the type of person who forgets to water her own plants inside. And I'll take care of I'll take care of my garden plants outside better than I'll take care of the ones inside. So for me, I know it's easier to remember. And plus, you have a good, healthy, strong start.
Okay.
So it's less of a gamble.
As far as them growing properly or growing at all.
Yeah, but there are some seeds or some garden plants that you can grow directly in the ground. It's best to grow in the ground. Those are beans. Potatoes, you start out in the ground. You start peas, squash, cucumbers, melons, things of that nature.
All seeds in the ground, no starter plants.
I mean, you could, but
they just don't grow as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Open this up?
Yes. This is going to be a bit of a task.
I see. I should have got some scissors.
Yeah.
The teeth always work. Okay.
All right, so we want to fill this 3/4 of the way full.
fill the thing in?
Yep.
I should probably lift it up.
All right, I'm gonna be He-Man.
Oh, me too.
Oh wait, maybe not. Hold on.
3/4.
3/4. Yep.
Okay. Okay. That looks about right.
All right. So we got that, and then we're gonna shake it down some.
Okay, so while we're doing this, you gave me a list of Chrysanthius gardening tips.
Yes.
And your first one says, our river valley soil is full of nutrients. You can dig up a grassy, sunny spot, mix with leaves, and grow right there.
Yes. So, like if you have the ability, then grab yourself a garden hoe, dig out a patch of grass in your backyard where there's sun. Something will grow there for at least 2 years because we're naturally in a valley by a river. And for those of you who remember geography in 6th grade,
She's a teacher, I told you.
valleys are fertile.
Okay.
So give it a shot. You don't have to do nothing but just dig up some grass, plant some seeds.
How
stuff
far
will grow.
down should the digging go?
Dig the patch of grass out and flip the soil probably about 6 inches to a foot.
Okay.
So like a shovel's length, like the big shovel.
Gotcha.
If you step in one time,
Gotcha.
that should be a good depth.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we 3/4 of the way full. I think you need some more.
I knew you were
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
say that. Okay. I just want to give a shout out to my Fit Girl workouts.
Yes, and squats. They will keep you strong. Okay, and let's grab that mushroom compost.
Oh, mushroom. Oh, that one's not as heavy.
Steer manure will work. Chicken manure will work. Whatever is on sale will work.
Okay. Mushrooms open.
All right, so you can put like a layer, probably about an inch or so.
1 inch
top of
layer
that.
on top?
Yep.
Okay.
And another tip about compost, I think it was another one of those bullet points. You can take your food scraps from home, no meat and no oil.
Yes, here it is. Throw your food scraps, no meat or oil, into a pile and mix with dead leaves and plants. In a year, your plants will have rich compost.
Yep, so in a year, all that stuff will look like this, and you'll be able to use it for your plants. And so that's a closed loop system. You're not wasting nothing.
Now, I remember back in the day when Portland or Oregon first started the recycling program, they gave us the little compost things. Is that still a thing?
It is. It's still
Okay.
a thing, yeah. So if you don't have one, you can contact the whatever your garbage company is.
Your garbage people are.
Yeah. All right, so now let's take our plant baby. Which one you want?
I want the peppers.
Okay. So you take that one, and I'll take this one. And we're going to just dig a hole in the middle with your hand. You want the hole to be about the depth of the pot that you have it in.
Okay.
Now, one thing about tomatoes is all these little fuzzy hairs along the side of the tomato, those will turn into roots. So if you ever plant a tomato, take these like bottom few leaves off. See the little fuzzies?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you take the bottom few leaves off and plant it as deep as the leaf that you left, all that's going to turn into roots and it'll be a stronger, bigger plant.
Okay.
The same does not apply for these, so you can just take that out and just put them directly in.
Okay. So now when I when I was digging my hole, my soil moved and is not, I don't have an even layer of compost anymore. Is that going to ruin things?
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
fine, because we're going to top it off anyway.
I'm taking it out.
Yep, so squeeze it a little bit and then just turn it upside down gently in your hand.
So can you, while we're doing this, you were talking about your house plants and watering them earlier and how you don't. So growing up, I had like tons of beautiful big house plants in the house, you know. And we used to do a big water jug with eggshells in it.
That works.
Is that a thing still?
It does. And I've seen somebody else take the eggshells and put them in the microwave so they can dry out. And then you put it in a coffee grinder and grind them up to a powder because plants like calcium.
Okay. So eggshell water is still a thing for watering indoor and outdoor plants.
Indoor and outdoor.
Okay.
Another thing that you have in your house that should work is Epsom salt, especially since I know you work out. I know you got Epsom salt.
Yes.
So take like a teaspoon of Epsom salt and just put it right by the roots, or you can mix it in with the water. Water your plants with
Okay,
Epsom
we did
salt.
all the tips and tricks today. Okay. So when we're doing this, I I put mine in there, and then I pack, no pack,
Yeah, pack it down a little bit. Now,
but not, don't push it. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
and then you can also add another inch or so of the potting soil on top of that.
Okay.
I'm going to add more because you see I got my
More stick.
Yeah,
stick
this
and
is a
stem.
tomato.
Okay, so I'm going to read off another one of your tips and tricks here while we're adding more soil. It says, excuse me, it says use fallen leaves to cover soil in the winter and mix into the soil next spring.
Yes, so those fallen leaves will provide your plants with instant food, and when you cover your soil, it'll protect it from like all the blowing wind and all the bad weather that we get.
Because whatever's there
During
should
the
just
winter.
automatically sprout again, right?
Yeah, have you ever like seen a pile of leaves and then you move the pile of leaves and there's a bunch of little earthworms in there?
Yes.
So those earthworms will also help. So that's why putting the leaves on will
Because they
help your garden.
keep the circle of life going.
Next circle of life.
Gotcha. I love the Lion King.
All right.
Okay.
So we are done here.
Perfect.
And all we need is some water. If we were at home, I would water this thoroughly until you see water coming out the bottom of the pot. And then I would set this in a sunny place. And I would water it when the top looks dry. So whenever the top looks dry.
And is that specifically for tomatoes?
Here you go.
Is that specifically for this size pot? Is that...
That's for any plant. Any plant that you plant in a pot, you would water it when the top layer gets dry.
So you water it until there's water coming out the bottom, and then you don't water it again until the top is dry.
Yeah,
Any plant.
any plant.
What if it's a store-bought plant? Same thing?
Same thing.
Okay, gotcha. So I have a question. We always get these little things on the back of our, or you know, when we buy a plant or a whatever food or something. And I try my best to keep it within 55, 65 degrees in a lightly sunny place, you know, all those things, and it just never seems to work. Are these really accurate?
They are accurate.
Okay.
Because I mean, a plant is a living being. You take humans. We don't like to be too hot. We don't like to be too cold. We don't like to be thirsty. We don't like to be hungry. So the same principle applies. And there are some plants that can survive that cold. There's cabbage. Basically, any leafy green can survive that cold. But these are both hot season plants.
Okay. So then I have a, here we're going to go to another tip and trick of yours. This one says, try square foot gardening. Is that what you were just talking about the going in foot, or is that something else?
So a square foot garden is if you have a plot of land that you're gardening, what you would do is you would section it off into square feet. So just take like some popsicle sticks or some stakes or something and some string, and you would section it off into square feet. Now you can plant this in a square foot. So let's say you had a 4 foot by 4 foot plot. That means you can plant 16 different things.
Oh.
And those
So
16 things will
each
feed you
plant
well.
only needs a foot to grow in.
It depends on the plant. So that's another thing. Well, we'll go to the seeds then, since
Yes.
we're
let's
talking
talk
about that.
the seeds.
So on the back of your seed packet, you will also see seed spacing. So for this, it says leave 2 to 3 feet between plants. You can get away with 1 foot. But some seeds, like carrots or radishes, you can plant closer together. So
They
you
just
know,
go down when they grow.
yeah, and they're little, so you could put a good 32 carrots in
Wait,
here.
you can grow carrots in a thing like
You
that?
absolutely can,
No way.
and they turn out better because the soil is loose. You can grow anything
in a pot.
in a pot that you can grow on the ground.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good to know. So give us a little, what about herb growing? Can we use small, like tiny pots for that?
Well, the thing about tiny pots is the smaller you go, that's how big it's going to grow.
Okay.
So if you want big, luscious herbs, and the other thing about herbs is they are more hardy, so they can take a little bit more of a neglect, I guess I can say.
If you're not on top of it, then they're easier to die off
Yeah.
or kill. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, no, they're less
Oh,
prone
they
to
can
dying.
take
They
more
can
neg-
take
oh,
more
they can
neglect.
I need a herb garden then, is what you're saying. I need an herb garden. Okay, so another tip and trick on Chrysanthius gardening tips is Oregon SNAP program allows the purchase of food plant seeds or starts, like the ones that I have today, and seeds with your EBT card. You can also get plant starts with Senior Farm Direct vouchers as well.
Yes, so you can buy this on food stamps. You can buy these on food stamps. You can buy
that.
Yes, you can.
People need to know that, and that way, oh my gosh, grow your own food, and especially
Grow
with the
your
putting
own
in our
food.
food these days.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I saw on Facebook the other day somebody had posted something talking about what happened to all of our fruit trees. I mean, I grew up here. You grew up here. Like, I remember having a plum tree not too far in my neighborhood, a pear tree,
apple trees, all that.
cherry trees. Like, it's all gone. Do you think it's because of just the development of the city, or if it's just we're not taking, like, the food's dying off?
I do believe it's because of development of the city. I also believe that it's partially due to gentrification. When we have more people of color living in North and Northeast Portland, gardening and tending to food, that's in our DNA. It's in our blood. There's lots of plants that we brought over from Africa. And so you have people who move into these places and they don't want to take care of a yard.
Right,
and so
cut it down.
they cut down everything and they lay down, what's that foolishness, pea gravel and those acorn shells and all the rest of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just to try to make it look good without,
Having
really
maintenance.
Yeah, and really tending to it.
Yeah. That's really sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah. Okay, so what else can you give us? Oh, I have a question for you right now. So today is April 13th. We've plotted these today. Will these grow for this season?
They will. They will. So probably if you put these in a sunny spot, probably mid-July, you'll have some good tomatoes and good peppers.
Really? And then with where we're on the season, what should we have already done that we can't do now, like gardening-wise? Like, if say it's the beginning of the year and you want to start a brand new garden, like what are the months, the time, like the cutoffs? Like if you want to plant, you need to start planting in February for whatever, or winter planting for summer fruits. Like, I don't know.
Right. So in January is when you start doing your planting. February, as long as we don't have a really cold February, you can plant peas and you can plant any kind of leafy green. So that's February. You really don't want to start these until like the end of March or April.
So we're right on time with these.
We're right on
Ooh,
time.
yes.
And there's something also called the Farmer's Almanac. And the Farmer's Almanac will, I don't know how these people do it, but they give predictions on what the weather's going to be like, and they're usually accurate.
Really?
So whatever the Farmer's Almanac tells you for that year, follow it.
Okay. Okay. And then another question I have about gardening is, how do we preserve our abundance once it gets full? Like once we can't, like we have, because I know you have, I think we have pictures of like you had 1 million raspberries. I know you probably use them for like pie and stuff, but for somebody like me who doesn't bake too much or even cook too often, of course I can give them away, but say I want to preserve them or save them, what are the best routes of doing that? Or can some of them not even be preserved and you have to use them fresh?
Well, you can dry stuff, you can freeze stuff. Like with all those raspberries, I froze some of them. I just put them on a cookie sheet, put them in the freezer, and then put them in a bag. That way, if I want them for a smoothie, I can just take out a few instead of them being all
mushed together,
all clumped together.
Oh,
yeah.
Very smart. Okay. And then, so we talked about the seeds. So when it comes to yearly planting and seeds, because these take longer to start off, is it the same cycle, follow the almanac for that as well?
Yep, follow the almanac.
Okay. All right, Chrissy. Well, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
What else, any more tips or tricks that you want to just throw out real quick?
Oh, you know what? There is something that we missed out on, unfortunately. But next year, Fred Meyer has an event, and it's called Fuchsia Saturday. And on Fuchsia Saturday, we had taken these pots and just bought these plant starts, they would have filled it up with all this expensive soil for free.
Really?
For
I saw the
free.
billboards for that. It was just like last weekend or something. Yeah.
And you can take like 8 of these. So you take 8 of these and you buy yourself
your
little
garden
plant starts,
started.
and they'll fill them for free. Another tip is if you have any of those black reusable
Yes, because
shopping
I was
bags.
looking for some of those reusable shopping bags today, and everybody's gone to the like plastic ones now,
Yeah.
so I can't really find them. But if I had some, what do we do with those?
Then you can do the same thing here. You can fill them up. You can add soil. You
Use
can add
that
your
as
plant.
your pot.
It will work.
And it has to be one of the mesh ones, or can it be one of those newer plastic ones?
I've not tried the plastic ones. I know that the mesh ones work because the mesh ones have the same fabric as the grow bags that like dispensaries and folks use.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, thank you so much today, Chrissy, for coming. I call you Chrissy.
That's fine.
Thank you so much, Chrissy, for coming in today and giving us these awesome, amazing tips and tricks. I will post those on the Rose City Gumbo Facebook page if anybody wants to read up and start their own garden and know how to do this amazing stuff. I'm super excited because I'm going to take these home and pray.
They'll be fine. Just water them. They'll be fine.
Water them when dry until they leak out the bottom.
Yep.
All right. I got it. Okay, you guys, we're going to go into Bat Boy, and we will be right back.
It's mighty.
Ooh, I'm back, boy. Let them know I'm that boy. Pull up in the black boy skirt. Kinda like bad boy, huh? I'm back, boy. Let them know I'm that boy. Put it on the map, boy. Big hitter, you a bad boy. Squad in the cut like a dugout. Let them know I'm back and watch them bug out. Rain delay, I had to let the sun out. They gon' need a closer, I'm the one now. Stretch the money like a 7th inning, bro. Sky's the limit, what I need the ceiling for. Did it without a deal with the dilly, bro. Soldier, so you trying to make a killing, huh? Savior of the end up. Flooding the streets, big plug.
Cut! What the hell was that? I came to this music video. You Bat Boy? You Bat Boy, right? I thought this was gonna be some superhero shit. Why the fuck you a softball player now? The hell's going on? And y'all look cold as hell.
We are.
Y'all cute though, so it's okay. All right, let's start this. Start it again. Action!
Plug. Treat the ground like hot waters and keep it hemmed up. While I'm blowing trees, I'm sowing seeds with a pin up. Aura so giant. Keep your 2 cents, we don't buy it. The wait is over, no diet, and you afraid to fly. Co-pilot, I'm back, boy. Let them know I'm that boy. Pull up in the black boy skirt. Kinda like bad boy, huh? I'm back, boy. Let them know I'm that boy. Put it on the map, boy. Big hitter, you a bad boy. The diamond in the dirt from the upper left. Swinging for the fences, that's a dumb connect. You better come correct or we gon' come collect. When they put that on the set, really, what do you expect? Tie it up, I'm giving me the run around. Run the town from sun up to the sun go down. Fuck around with fuck arounds, man, I don't dumb it down. I'm a son of guess who that motherfucker now? Get it? How's it lit if I already did it?
And we're going to leave you with Mighty and Bat Boy. Till next time, next month, every second Saturday of the month. Oh, I already know my guest. It's going to be Swiggle Mandela and La Familia. I'm going to have to get that together before next month. But they will be here on the couch, so please tune in then. Until then, peace and love. I'll see y'all later.
Back, boy. Let them know I'm that boy. Put it on the map, boy. Big hitter, you a bad boy.
Mighty look hungry. This nigga look hungry, man. They need to stop calling him Mighty. They need to call him Might Eat. First off, why you look more like a stud lesbian than me? The hell?
Sorry.